So friends, let us understand the overview of processing the same bank reconciliation in a Tally application. See, a person who is using Tally application, what happens means usually we just record all the basic activities in a month. Of course, we perform the bank reconciliation based on monthly obviously, and a few companies they used to follow fortnight bank reconciliation as well, but we are not going to do fortnight, we just do as a traditional monthly bank reconciliation. So what we'll do means, first we just record all the basic activities. As an accountant, whatever is happening in front of me, as an accountant I just record all the receipts in the receipt voucher, all the payments in the payment voucher, and all the contra, if it is required I will use to pass even some contra entries as well. So as an accountant, whatever is happening in front of me, I just record all the transactions that I know. So likely you just record all the basic transactions throughout the month. At end of the month you just open the bank ledger. At end of the month you just open the bank ledger and find out what is the closing balance as per the bank ledger. So in the company of book of account we are using Tally application. In Tally application we have a ledger called as State Bank of India. So by using the State Bank of India we have recorded a transaction throughout the month. So at end of the month you just find out what is the State Bank of India ledger closing balances and just approach the banker in the month end and just collect the bank statement from State Bank of India and just find out what is the closing balance as per the bank statement. So the closing, if there is any mismatches, and try to find out bank closing balances and just match the both balances. If there is any differences between, we need to perform a bank reconciliation process in Tally application. And the process of rectification errors in Tally application is divided into simple two steps. Step 1 is about addition of new transactions, and step 2 eliminating unnecessary elements from the Tally application. See, first just compare your company book of accounts with the bank statement. Just compare your book of account with the bank statement. In the bank statement, within the period, if you found any new transactions, you just add them into the company book of accounts. Once again I repeat, part A, addition of new transaction. Compare company book of accounts with the statement. In the statement, if there is any additional transactions which you are not recorded in company book of account, if you found any new transaction, you just add the transaction into your company book of account. For example, bank charges recorded only in the bank statement but not in company book of account. So just add them. Maybe some X party or Y party or Z party silently deposited their cash in our bank account without any proper information to us. So only banker records. So just add those type of new transaction into company book of account. So in the respective period, just compare the both books. If you found any new transactions in the bank statement, you just add them. This is the part A, addition of new transactions. And next, part B, again compare company book of account with the bank statement. In part B also compare company book of account with the bank statement. In your book of account, if you are recorded any excess or uncleared transactions in company book of account, if you recorded any excess or uncleared transactions, you need to eliminate them or you need to keep them putting in pending from your company, because we can't do anything in the bank statement, right? Whatever that we are allowed to do anything only in company book of account. So in part B is about eliminating errors, elimination of excess or uncleared transaction. Just compare company book of account with the bank statement. In the company book of account, if you found any excess or uncleared rent, for example, check given for rent recorded in company book of account, but the counterparty omitted to send the check for the clearance to the bank. So what happened? The money was really not deducted from your bank account, so it is not recorded in the book in the bank book of account, but you just recorded as was paid, but it is not really paid. So that kind of, if you recorded any excess or uncleared transaction, for example, you recorded a transaction on 30th of April, you just recorded a transaction on 30th April, but it is cleared on 5th May, and you are performing the bank reconciliation on 30th April. Are you understanding? You recorded a transaction in company book of accounts on 30th of April, but the same transaction was cleared in the bank on 5th of May, and you are performing the bank reconciliation on 30th. So till 30th, when you compare with the bank statement, it is not cleared by the banker. So what we'll do, we just eliminate the transaction, or we just keep putting in pending. So again on 5th May, when the check is cleared, we just convert the pending voucher into again a regular voucher in order to show in our book of account. Are you understanding? We just recorded the transaction on 30th of April and it is cleared by the banker on 5th May, and we collected a bank statement till 30th, and we are performing the bank statement on 30th. So till 30th we recorded, but it is not cleared by the banker. So our bank balances are reduced and there is no impact on the bank statement, right? So what we'll do means we just convert the regular voucher into pending voucher, because we see it is actually not paid by you, it is just recorded as paid, but it is not actually paid by you. So what we'll do means we just either you may cancel the voucher, or instead of cancelling the voucher, it is better to move the uncleared voucher into pending, because there is a chance of clearing on 5th May. If you cancel the voucher on 30th, again you need to pass a new entry on 5th May. If you simply convert the regular voucher into pending voucher, again on 5th May you may simply convert the pending voucher into a regular. So instead of cancelling those type of voucher, you just move them, just keep them putting in pending. Now let us have a look at a practical session. So what we'll do means, first we just record all the basic activities, whatever is happening in front of me. As an accountant, when I'm working in a company, whatever is happening in front of me, I used to record all the receipts and receipt, all the payments and payment, right? So likely whatever is happening in the business, so I just record all the transaction from 1st April to 30th April. After recording all the transaction throughout the month, at end of the month I'll find out the closing balance. I'll just collect the bank statement, then I'll just compare my closing balance with the bank statement closing balance, right? So first we need to record all the basic transactions, whatever is happening in front of you, right? So now there is a company called as ABC Private Limited, and here we have the basic business activities. So to make you better understand, here we just prepared a small question to understand the process of BRS. So next I'm just the first one is that having opening balance in cash rupees 5 lakhs. So first we'll just go back to accounts info ledger. See, they are always in your tally application, your cash ledger is by default ledger, it is inbuilt ledger in tally application, so you don't need to create a new cash ledger, right? So now I'm just going to alter and I'll just open the cash ledger. There we have the cash opening balance is rupees 5 lakhs. So I just entered the cash opening balance as 5 lakhs, and next we'll just go back. Look, and also I just created the now we have paid rupees 10,000 to Moham from SBI, paid rupees 15,000 LXP. So there is a few ledgers that are involving in this business. I just created accounts info ledger and just go to display, multi-display. You may see that all these ledgers which are involving in the current business, we just already created the required ledgers, right? So to use the video session. So now these are all the ledgers which is already created. If you do not know, just follow the same. And these are all the ledgers that are involving in this current activities, and we also have the bank statement, but we just find out the bank statement on the month ending. See, when you are recording a transaction on 1st April, we don't have the bank statement for throughout month. So after recording all the entries throughout the month, at end of the month we just collect the bank statement and we just compare the things, right? So now just assume that we don't have the bank statement with us right now throughout the month. So now we have the first, we just updated a cash opening balance 5 lakhs, right? Next one is that, now the transaction is that on 1st April 2019, cash deposited rupees 1 lakh in SBI. Who deposited? ABC Private Limited. ABC Private Limited deposit 1 lakh rupees in SBI. In whose SBI? ABC's account, right? So now it says self account deposit. Who is depositing here? ABC from Limited. In whose bank account? ABC Private Limited bank account, right? So now finally, before depositing 1 lakh rupees in the bank, what is the company asset? The company assets are 5 lakhs. Company have total cash balance is 5 lakhs. So now the company assets is 5 lakhs. Now out of this 5 lakh, 1 lakh deposited in company's SBI bank account. Before depositing money in the bank, what is the company balances? Company have total cash account 5 lakhs. Out of 5 lakhs, 1 lakh deposited in bank. So what is the remaining cash balance? The remaining cash balance, company assets in cash is 4 lakhs. But now we just added one more ledger called as State Bank of India. State Bank of India now available balance is 1 lakh. So before depositing cash in the bank, total assets of the business 5 lakhs. Even after depositing cash in the bank, so what is the total assets of ABC? Again 5 lakhs. So where there is no loss, there is no gain. used to call it a contra voucher. When you deposit your money into your bank account, when you withdraw the money from your bank account to your company cash account, when you transfer the money within your bank account, there will be no losses, there will be no gains. So where there is no lose, there is no gain, it's called as contra voucher. So we just record it on a contra voucher by pressing F4. F4 is for contra voucher. See, when you deposit cash in the bank, which is increasing now, the bank, right? So simply select here bank, the account which is being increased, and next at down simply select cash. Now what is the available cash balance? The available cash balance is 5 lakhs, and out of this we just deposited 1 lakh rupees in the bank. So just enter 1 lakh. And directly save the voucher, but before that, yes, the activity is happening on 2nd April, so press F2, change the date as 2nd April, and directly save the voucher. If you are doing the practicals in a education mode, nothing will happen. You just pass the entries by putting the date as 1st April or 2nd April. Try to understand the concept, not the dates, right? So it is better to pass all the entries on 1st April or even 2nd April, because in education mode we cannot access all the dates like me. So you just do the practicals by putting 1st April or 2nd April. You don't try to change the date if you are using educational mode, right? So I'm just saving the first voucher. And the second activity of the business is that on 2nd April 2019 paid rupees 15,000 for electricity bill. We just paid, so just go back to payment voucher. On same 2nd April we paid through SBI. We just paid rupees 15,000 for electricity bill from SBI. So from SBI we paid for electricity bill rupees 15,000. And directly save, control plus save. And next one is that the next transaction is that on 2nd April 2019 paid rupees 10,000 to Mr. Mohan. So we just paid to Mohan. So select SBI and select Mohan. Select Mohan. We just paid around rupees 10,000. Right. So we just paid around 10,000. And next we have the third transaction is that on 5th April cash deposited in bank rupees 3 lakhs. On 5th April cash deposited in bank rupees 3 lakhs. Again we just deposited our cash into our bank account. So there is no lose, there is no gain. Again contra voucher F4. Then the date of the transaction is 3rd April. And the 3rd April the bank is increased and the cash is being reduced. Okay, now the cash we have 4 lakhs of cash. Out of that we are depositing in the bank rupees total 3 lakhs. Yes. And just save the voucher. Next we have the next transaction is that on 8th April, just wait a moment, it is actually happening on page up, and change the date as 5th April. Just mentioned as 3rd April, so I'm just altering the voucher as 5th April. Yes, the next transaction is that on 8th April 2019 rupees 1 lakh received from Mr. Kumar and Giri and company, right? So we just go back to the receipt voucher on 8th April. So press F2. On 8th April we just received through bank, we just received from Kumar and Giri. Yes, we just received from Kumar and Giri, and the rupees of receipt is rupees 1 lakh. And just save the transaction. And next I am going to record one more transaction, and that is on 11th of April check received against commission. On 11th April check received against commission. Commission is not always an expenditure. Sometimes we used to collect the commission, so this time commission will be treated as indirect income. So now just go back to the receipt voucher. State Bank of India on 11th of April commission comes under indirect income. Now this time indirect income, and the commission comes under indirect income, and the value of commission receipt is 15,000. And directly control plus save. And next transaction is that on 15th of April paid rupees 75,000 towards rent by check. On 15th of April paid rupees 75,000. On 15th of April paid rupees 75,000 towards rent by check. So just go back to the payment voucher. On 15th of April press F2 and change the date as 15th of April. 15th of April paid for rent. See, Rent is different, rent deposit is different. Rent is a monthly service, rental service expenditure, and rent deposit, it will be treated as current asset because it is a refundable deposits. When you want to hire a house, first we need to make some advance payment, right? So that is an advance which is recoverable in the future. So if there is no refundable, then even that also will be treated as an expenditure. But now the rent deposit is a refundable, so it's called, comes under current asset, and monthly rental service expenditure is a rental regular expenditure, we just treat as expenses, and the rent comes under indirect expenses. The value of rent is around 75,000, and this is happening on 15th of April. The control place is saved. And next that we have the next activity on 16th of April. So press F2 to change the date. On 16th of April, again paid for rent deposit, and the rent deposit rupees 10,500. Just for only to show an example, I'm just giving some things here. So now the rent value is 10,500. So I'm just recording the same transaction in Tally as well. So now here again the 10,500 is the rent expenditure. Just save the voucher, and this is happening on 16th of April. So I'm just saving on 16th of April. Control plus is save. And next transaction that we have is that on 25th of April received rupees 1 lakh from Aurora Enterprises. On 25th of April, we just received from Aurora Enterprises, and the rupees of receipt is 1 lakh rupees. And just save the voucher. And next one is that, and the next we have the transaction on 25th of April, paid rupees 35,000 for salaries through check. On 25th of April paid, so just go back to the payment voucher through check. So bank, so we just paid towards salaries comes under indirect expenses, paid rupees 35,000. Control is save. And next activity is that on 30th of April received rupees 25,000 from Kumar and Giri. So just go back to the receipt voucher. On 30th of April rupees received from Kumar and Giri, and that is rupees 25,000. So on that day we just received 25,000 rupees from the party. Yes, so I'm just saving the thing, right? Yes, now I just recorded all the transactions. Just assume that, see, this is all the basic transaction to understand the process actually. So I just recorded all the whatever is happening in front of me. I just record. See, whenever I'm receiving a check from Aurora, I just record it as received, but I don't know whether it is really going to be clear or not, right? And when you are issuing a check for rent or rent deposit, we're just giving the checks for rent, and we're just recording the same on Tally application. But we don't know, is a counterparty presenting the check on same day or day after tomorrow or even next day. We don't know when the counterparty is going to present the check in the bank for clearance, but we are recording on the day that when we give a check to the rent or rent deposit, right? So we don't know what is the existence of the checks, but we know what is the status of the check. We just recorded the day that when we given a check to our counterparties, and we just recorded when we collect the check, but we don't know what is an actual existence of the check values, right? So now let us find out the closing balances in the month end. So likely after recording all the transactions throughout the month, you just find out first what is the closing balance as per company book of account. So I'm just going back. So in order to open your ledger, just go back to the display. Just go to display and open account books, ledger, open the bank ledger, and here just press F2, set a period from 1st of April to 30th of April. So now we are performing the bank reconciliation for month, right? So now as per my company book of account, my closing balance as per company book of account is 4,94,500. Approach your banker and just collect the bank statement. Yes, we also collect. Now I'm just going to the bank to collect the bank statement. Of course, I just already collected the bank statement. Just come down. Yes, we just reached the State Bank of India and we just collected a bank statement. You may find out that the closing balance as per bank is 3,84,475 rupees. In my company book of account, my closing balance as per ABC Private Limited bank ledger is 4,94,500, but when I open the bank statement closing balance is 3,84,475. As per company book of account, the closing balance is it's 4,94,500, but as per company book of account, the closing balance is 3,84,475. So there is a mismatch between my closing balances and the actual bank closing balance. Now let us find out the errors, and now we'll just have a look into the rectification of errors. See, as we already discussed, it's a very simple and quite easiest process in Tally application was designed. Of course, the auto bank reconciliation is underway. The very soon the Tally is going to implement even the auto bank reconciliation. It is already launched, but due to some few banks are not allowing Tally to access the bank statement, so that's the reason it is underway. So yes, we hope very soon we are going to launch even the Tally auto bank reconciliation very soon as well. Now we just continue the same. So now my closing balance is 3,84,475 and the bank closing balance is 4,94,500. So now we just very quite easy and simple process to complete the bank reconciliation. It is just simply divided into two parts: part A of bank reconciliation and part B of bank reconciliation. In part A, we just compare all the company book of account. We just compare all the company book of account with the bank statement. In the bank statement, if you found any new transaction, you just add them into the company book of account. That's part A of registration, part A of a bank reconciliation. And part B, just again compare your company book of account with the bank statement. In your company book of account, if you found any unnecessary or unclear transaction, just eliminate them or just keep them putting in pending for clearance. When the check was cleared, just again convert from pending to regular. That's very simple. Now we just have a look into the part A of a bank reconciliation. Now we just have a look into the same. So now just have a look into the same transaction. Yes, we have the first transaction on 1st April 2019, cash deposited rupees 1 lakh. Yes, the banker recorded the transaction. Even yes, we also recorded the same transaction as we received rupees. Now you may see that in the bank it is recorded in credit side, because yes, in the bank it is recorded in credit side, so that has to be recorded in debit side of your account. Yes, it absolutely recorded correctly. Right, next one is that. And on 2nd April, we just paid to Mohan rupees around rupees 10,000. So we just recorded as it was paid. So yes, it is also recorded. And next one is that on 2nd April, bank charges debited from my account, but it is not recorded in my bookup because I don't know when the banker is going to deduct the bank charge, right? He's not going to intimate, because he's not going to intimate about the bank charge. Silently has just simply deducted the money from my bank account. So I don't know. How does I know? So I don't know. So what happened means I have not recorded, but the banker records. So there is an expenditure which is not yet recorded. So in part A, you just add the new transaction whichever is not recorded, whichever is recorded only by the banker but not by you. So very simple, directly press Alt plus A. Wherever you wanted to add the new transaction, directly press Alt plus A. But the thing to be mind, if you want to add a receipt voucher, on the receipt voucher just press Alt A. If you see likely. So now here I just show an example. Now the path was located in contra voucher. So if you press Alt A, that takes you to add a new voucher in contra voucher. Now I just wanted to add a payment voucher. So I just wanted to add a payment voucher. So just keep your path on payment voucher and directly press Alt plus A in order to add a new voucher. So now I'm going to add on 2nd April, select the bank and select bank charges. If the ledger is not created, press Alt C, and the bank charges comes under indirect expenses. Yes. So now we are going to add 25 rupees as the bank charge. Yes, the transaction was recorded. And the next transaction is that on 2nd April, we paid for electricity bill. Yes, even is the electricity bill is recorded. Yes, on 2nd April, yes, even the electricity bill also recorded. See, cash recorded, electricity bill recorded, bank charges recorded. And next one is that Mr. Mohan, even Mohan also recorded. Yes, next that we just cash deposit rupees 3 lakhs in the bank. Is the cash rupees deposit in the bank is recorded? Yes, recorded. The next one is that next on 11th April, commission received rupees 15,000. Is we recorded the commission? Yes, we recorded the commission. And next one is that, so there is no mismatches. And next on 15th of April, we just paid for rent rupees 75,000. Is we paid for rent recorded? Yes, rent recorded. And next one is that Again on 16th of April we just deposited rent rupees 10,500. Is the 10,500 recorded? Yes, recorded. And next one is that paid for insurance on 25,000. Yes, we recorded. Paid for insurance 25,000 is not recorded. Yes. When we opened a bank account, to the banker we just given some standard instruction to pay our company insurance behalf of us. So we just given a standard instruction to the banker, but we just forgot to record the transaction in our book. But the banker behalf of you, the banker paid for the company insurance or whatever the standard instruction that you given. Yes, the banker was paid your insurance, but not you have not recorded in company book of accounts. There is an excess transaction which is recorded only in the bank. Yes, we need to add them into the company book of account. So now, yes, it was in payment. So just make sure that to keep your path and just keep your path on the payment and directly press Alt plus A. State Bank of India, and just create a new ledger, comes under insurance. Insurance comes under indirect expenses, and just save the same. And we paid insurance around 25,000. The banker paid insurance around 25,000 on the day of 18th April. So on 18th April we just paid for electricity. We just paid for insurance rupees 25,000. Yes, recorded. And just save the voucher. On 25th of April, we just received rupees 1 lakh from Aurora Enterprises. Yes, even that 1 lakh also recorded, same as received. And the next one is, so there is no mismatch. And next one is that on 25th of April, the banker recorded paid for salaries rupees 35,000. Yes, even we also recorded as we paid for salaries rupees 35,000. And next one is that on 30th of April, we just received from Kumar and Giri rupees 25,000 on 30th of April. Yes, we also recorded as we received from Kumar and Giri rupees 25,000. Yes, and next one is that the banker also recorded Mr. Kumar and Giri ATM deposit rupees 15,000. Yes, Mr. Kumar and Giri without any proper intimation to us directly deposited in ATM. We don't know if he said as he is going to deposit the cash in our bank account cash deposit. Then if we know that, then we record it. Because of we don't know, we don't have the proper knowledge on the transaction, so we have not recorded it. Only by observing the statement, we got the on the day so and so day the party was deposited rupees 15,000 in our bank account by using the ATM cash deposit, right? So now we have not recorded, so again we are going to record Alt plus A, bank to Kumar and Giri, the rupees of recording is 15,000. See, initially we have not recorded bank charges, so now we just added. Initially we have not recorded this transaction about Mr. Kumar and Giri ATM deposit, we just recorded. Initially we have not recorded insurance, just now we added. So now in part A, what happened means you just compare company book of account with the bank statement. In the bank statement, if you found any new transaction, you just add the new transaction into the company book of account. That's it. That's about part A, addition of new transactions from the bank statement. Yes, after once completing part A, you again try to compare. Now in my company book of account, my closing balance is 4,70,000. After completing part A of bank reconciliation, my closing balance as per company book of account is 4,70,975. And if you open the bank statement, still there is a mismatch. It's showing only 3,84,475. So there is a mismatches between both book of. Now we just perform part B of rectification of error, that is elimination of uncleared or unnecessary elements. That see, now in part B, what does we do in part B means it's very simple. Again compare the both books. In your company book of account, if you recorded any excess or unclear transaction, you need to eliminate from the company book of. For example, check received from the party as we recorded in the receipt but not present at the bank for clearance. The amount is not increased in your bank account. There is no impact on your bank statement, but you just recorded only in company book of account. So we need to eliminate those type of transactions. Once again we just perform the same process. So in part B as well. So now once again we just repeat the process once again. Yes, on the day cash recorded in the company book of account, yes, we recorded. Even the banker also recorded, so there is no mismatch, it is clear. And next one is that, so now just compare part B. In part B, what does we do means, we just compare the company book of account with the bank statement. In the company book of account, if you record any excess transaction, that we need to eliminate from the company book of account. That's it. So very simple. Now I just see that. Now first we recorded as cash deposit in the bank rupees 1 lakh. Is it recorded by the banker? Yes, recorded. So it is clear. And next one is that Mr. Mohan is, next one is that, and we just paid for electricity bill, we just recorded as we paid for electricity bill rupees 15,000. Yes, even the electricity bill also recorded. Even the electricity bill also recorded. So now we just compare our company book of account with the bank statement. Now we just recorded as cash deposit rupees in the bank rupees 1 lakh, and is it clear by the banker? Yes, it is also recorded by the banker, so there will be no impact on the differences. And next one is that we just recorded as we paid for electricity bill rupees 15,000. Is it recorded by the banker? Yes, even the banker also recorded the same. Yes, even the banker also recorded. Next one is that as we recorded as we paid for bank charges rupees 25,000. Is it recorded by the banker? Yes, even the banker also recorded as we paid for 25,000, as we paid 25 rupees for bank charges. And next one is that, and we just paid for Mohan rupees 10,000. Is it recorded by the banker? Yes, even the banker also recorded as we paid for Mohan rupees 10,000. And next one is that cash, as we recorded cash deposit in the bank rupees 3 lakhs. Is the banker is recorded? Yes, even the banker also recorded. Next one is that next Kumar and Giri. Yes, as we recorded, yes, we just recorded as we received from Kumar and Giri rupees 1 lakh. Is it recorded by the banker? Yes, even the banker also recorded as we received from Kumar and Giri. You may see that. We just recorded as we received rupees 1 lakh from Kumar and Giri. Is it recorded by when we recorded it on 8th of April. We just on 8th of April. Next one is that we just recorded as we received from Kumar and Giri rupees 1 lakh. Yes, we just recorded as we received rupees 1 lakh from Kumar and Giri, but it is not going to display in the bank statement. That means we just received a check from Kumar and Giri and we just recorded it on our company book of accounts, and but we just omitted to send the bank for clearance. So what happened? We just simply recorded as we received, but really we omitted to send the bank for clearance. So it is not yet cleared. Are understanding? We just recorded as we received, but it is not really received by the banker, right? So this is the wrong entry. You just recorded as you received 1 lakh rupees. So your bank balance was increased with 1 lakh, but there will be no impact on your actual bank account. So now now we got a point. Okay. So what happening here? Only we recorded, but not by the banker. So our bank balance was increased, but not in the bank. So now we need to eliminate this type of transaction. For example, still, so on 30th we got to know that okay, it is still in repayment. So now we open the check drawer and we just say okay, it is available. So now on 1st May again we just deposit the check in the bank for a clearance. So now still there is a chance of clearance in the future, right? You do understand one thing, if there is no chance of clearance, directly you just open the transaction and directly you may press Alt plus X as you may cancel the whole voucher. And again, but you don't do in this case, if you cancel the voucher on 30th, again you need to record it on 1st May, right, as we deposit the check in. So instead of cancelling the voucher on 30th of April, just convert the regular voucher into pending voucher. So again on 1st May, you just change the date and convert the same voucher into a regular voucher. That's it. So instead of cancelling the voucher, what I'll do means I just press F11 and go to accounting feature and enable use reversing journals and optional vouchers, yes, and directly press Ctrl plus L to keep the check in pending. I don't want to show the effect of 1 lakh in my company book of account in the month of April. So I'm just converting the regular voucher into pending voucher. On the day when it is cleared, I can just convert the pending voucher into regular. So it is see, I don't know whether it is going to be clear in the future or not. So when the check is cleared by the banker, on the day again I just convert the pending voucher into regular. Now I'm just moving the regular voucher into pending. Yes. Ctrl plus A, save. Right. And next one is that Commission received rupees 15,000, we just recorded in company book of account. Is it cleared by the banker? Yes, even the commission also recorded by the banker, so there will be no differences. And next one is that we just recorded as we paid for rent rupees 75,000. Yes, even the 75,000 also recorded by the banker. Yes, is recorded. And next we just recorded as we paid for rent deposit rupees 10,500. Yes, even the rent deposit also recorded by the banker. Yes. And next one is that we just recorded as we paid for insurance rupees 25,000. Yes, even the banker also recorded, yes, 25,000. Next one is that, and we just recorded as we paid for, as we received from Aurora Enterprises rupees 1 lakh. Is it cleared by the banker? Yes, even the banker also confirmed, yes, they have received. And next one is that, and as we recorded, we just recorded as we paid for salaries rupees 35,000. Yes, the same 35,000 is also recorded at the bank. Next one is that, and we just recorded as we paid for, as we received from Kumar and Giri rupees 25,000. Yes, even that also recorded. Yes, and we also recorded these 15,000. Actually, it's 15,000. Yes. Yes, even we also recorded the 15,000. Even the banker also recorded the 15,000. Right? Now we just completed part A of rectification, or even part B of rectification. In part A, we just added bank charges and insurance and these ATM deposit from bank statement to company book of account. In part B, we just eliminated one transaction in the name of Aurora Enterprises on 8th April. We just recorded as the check received, but it is not cleared by it is not really cleared by the banker. So we just recorded an unnecessary or unclear transaction. So we just removed the transaction from our company book account. So in part A, we just added the new transaction. In part B, we just removed the unnecessary or unclear transaction. Now let us find out. So now in my if you once open Tally application, there you may find out my closing balance is at 3,84,475, and just compare the same. Yes, exactly, bank also going to show same 3,84,475 as the closing balance. Now the both books are being matched. Is a bank reconciliation is enough? Is it completed? No, not at all. Again, you need to match. You need to match not only the balances, but also even the dates. For example, we recorded electricity bill on 2nd April. If it is cleared on 3rd April, yes, you also need to match even the date. So in order to match the date, you just press F5. You just press F5 to reconcile the statement. Again, here you need to enter the date of clearance. See. So now just compare even the dates as well. You may see that yes, we just recorded the cash deposit on 1st April. Even the banker also recorded the same on 1st April. So here just enter the date as 1st April. And next one is that, and we just recorded electricity bill on 2nd April, and the banker recorded electricity bill on 2nd April. Yes, on 2nd April. Next we recorded bank charges on 2nd April. Yes, even the banker also recorded bank charges on 2nd April. And next one is that Mr. Mohan recorded on 2nd April. Mr. Mohan recorded on 2nd April. Yes. And next one is that cash deposit in the bank on 5th April. Yes, even the banker also recorded on 5th April. See, sometimes if we are receiving a check on 1st April, we record it on 1st April, but in the bank it is going to be present for clearance maybe on 2nd April, 3rd April. So you need to match even the dates as well. That's what we need to complete even this process as well. Yes, next we just recorded commission on 11th of April, and the banker also recorded it on same 11th of April. Next one is that rent expenditure recorded on 15th of April, rent expenses recorded on 15th of April, even the banker also recorded on 15th April. And next one is that rent deposit recorded on 16th of April, 10,500, even the banker also recorded on same day 16th of April. And next one is that Insurance recorded on 18th of April, even the banker also recorded on 18th of April. And next one is that Aurora Enterprises recorded on 25th of April, and the bank also recorded on 25th of April. Next, the salaries recorded on 25th of April, just entered 25th of April. Next one is that Mr. Kumar and Giri recorded on, we recorded on 30th, even the banker also recorded on 30th. Yes, just enter the dates 30th and as well as 30th. Yes, now, yes, just press enter. Now, once again, if you press F5, there will be no mismatches. Yes, everything is matched. You may see that a balance as per company books is 3,84,475. Even the balance as per bank also 3,84,475. So this is how simple it is about the bank reconciliation. Thank you. Wait. Here one thing to be remember, we just kept one transaction in pending, right? On first, that means next day, if you deposit that Aurora check which is recorded on 8th April, which is converted into pending, if you deposit the check in the bank on 1st May, again just go back and just go back to display and open exception reports and open optional vouchers. Yes, we just converted into pending, right? On 1st May, if it is deposited in the bank for clearance, here again press Ctrl plus L and change date as 1st May, and again Ctrl plus A, save the voucher. Again we just again try to record all the transaction throughout for May month. Again at end of the month collect the bank statement, compare the both books. So this is the regular process which will be done in a companies. Thank you.